The edge walk is super cool. It's a beautiful view from up there. For me, you know, it's no big deal. You go up there, you're walking around on a city sidewalk basically, and you go out there and you walk around the edge. I'm a guy who I don't get flustered by things like that, and I'm a guy who because of my past and because I was a professional race car driver and because of all these things that I've done, I'm a guy who I trust my equipment. So if they have 2 safety lines on me, I understand that I'm safe. Like, I just trust in my equipment like that. So to me, it was a walk in the park. But I also understand people who have fear in situations like that. But I also knew that Cindy could get over her fear of that, because it's a strange thing when you're up there. You're so high up in the air, it doesn't seem it doesn't seem real almost, right? Because it's not like you're 10 stories off the ground. You're 150 stories off the ground. So it feels it's surreal, right? So it was something that I knew would be very good for Cindy if she could just get over the hump with it, and it was and it turned out to be exactly what I told her it would be. I told her after she was up there for a while, it would be like a walk in the park for her, and it turned out to be that way, which was cool. She'll tell you about it.
These assholes, yes, I said assholes. These assholes I work with wouldn't let me do it beforehand, and I was so nervous. I really thought I was gonna cry or die or all of the things or throw up. Like, I was just terrified. They wouldn't let me go beforehand. And then I put on all the gear and they called action. I had to just walk out onto the edge by myself. Like, Jason was behind me, but it was really awesome. It was the coolest thing. I wasn't afraid after the beginning, after the first, like, that first walk. I think my breath, I don't even think I was breathing. But like standing on the edge of the CN Tower with Jason, the sun was setting and there's a helicopter filming, and I felt like Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible, and it was really amazing. I highly recommend that. Everyone should try the edge walk. I never thought that I would want to do something like that. Actually, I don't think even if you paid me, I was like, I'll never go up there. But then I was like, apparently I'll do anything when you say action. But it was an amazing experience. I would do it again.
Well, I didn't go. I made sure Jason directed it, and normally I do second unit stuff, but because Jason's has no fear of death as a race car driver and jumping out of planes and ski, dude, I've jumped out of a plane once, and last time I went on the CN Tower, I did not step. I had to run through the glass thing. So there's no way I'm doing the edge walk. So everyone else, everyone in the office, everyone in post, like everyone went, oh, we can do it. So they all went. I was on the ground filming with my iPhone, looking up, seeing them tiny little dots. And it was pretty fun, but it was, you know, it was something we wanted to do since season 1. I was like, season 1, I want to get Jason and Cindy up there, and then we're putting it in the title sequence. So next season, season 5, look out for Jason and Cindy on the top of the CN Tower in the title sequence.
So this season was a bit of a feather in my cap, and what I really enjoyed doing this year. I had an idea that I pitched to the writers. I said, don't tell anybody yet about this idea, but I'll see if I can do it. That idea was to go to, at the end of the episode where Angie's dealing with her fear of heights, I said, well, what if she was to take her fear of heights on the edge walk of CN Tower? And they would go out there, and that's how we would end the episode. But I said, don't do it, because until I can confirm it. And of course they wrote it in there. So I had to deliver it. So I called the CN Tower and I said, this is what we would like to do. They said yes, and when. So it was a pretty good start. The head of marketing there was a big Cindy Sampson fan from her days on Supernatural. So that was a shoe-in, which was great. And I said, I don't want to pay anything. And he said, no problem. We'll do some cross-promotion. And I gave the pitch of how many countries we were in. So from there on, they were great partners. And we got together and talked about how we could logistically put cameras on the Edgewalk. Jason and Cindy on the Edgewalk, filming with cameras up there. And I had to do the Edgewalk twice to sort of scout it, which I loved doing. It was amazing. And so basically we got out there, and on the day we had Cindy and Jason on the Edgewalk with a cameraman out there filming a scene, coverage on both sides, and then I flew around in the helicopter to pull out of the episode. Sampson has an actual fear of heights, and for probably a good couple of months we were talking about if she can do it or not. Everyone was concerned, could we do it or not? Even down to like, is it a stunt? And it's not a stunt. They've had 200,000 people do the Edgewalk. So anybody off the public can do it. So, it took some negotiating, but Cindy, as I knew she would, she championed up and she's like, I'm going to do this. And then on the day after, she told me, she said, Alex, I'm up there. I'm holding Jason's hand. I'm on the Edgewalk, and you fly by in a helicopter. She says, I think I'm Tom Cruise right now. And she had a perma smile. She totally got over her fear of heights that day. And it was a great experience for everybody. We got everything we wanted.